I'm Joe Veale. I'm a revolutionary communist, a follower of Bob Avakian, and I want to talk to you about what's been going down here in South Central Los Angeles, what it's part of, and what we, everybody listening here, need to do about this. Recently, 2 sheriffs were shot in Compton. Now the authorities are seizing on this to tell us that we need to chill out in our protests against the murder of Dijon Kizzee and against police brutality and murder in general. The chief of the sheriff, Veale, with the backing of Trump, is saying that our protests are not only making it hard for them to do their jobs, but it is the cause. It makes people shoot the police. They are saying all lives matter, blue lives matter, and everyone must come together to protect the lives of law enforcement. Biden has said that he is happy to see that they are all pulling together to support law enforcement. But as we have seen over and over in city after city, including here in LA, even when protesters do remain peaceful, even when provoked by the police and attacked by police and armed civilian racists and black supporters of Trump, there is still violence, exactly because Trump and his supporters will continue to carry out and to escalate the violence no matter what the protesters do. This is what Bob Avakian lays out in his new piece, Voting Would Not Be Enough, at revcom.us. And a lot of what I'm going to be laying out is drawn from that piece, so read it. They do this not simply because the job and role of the police and sheriffs is to shoot down people like Dijon Kizzee and terrorize black people and other oppressed people generally. This is what they do all the time. But with Trump, this has qualitatively changed. And this is who Veale and a lot of other pig chiefs are taking their orders from. And if they do not, then Trump sends in his own Nazi police to do the job. At least 20 protesters have been killed in this way, and Trump and his supporters have justified and glorified all of this. Does this anger you? Does it agitate you? Wanton murder by the police, by the sheriffs, by Trump supporters, angers anyone who has a heart for humanity. And it should. But they are trying to use this shooting of their fellow pigs to further their efforts to have an American Hitler change the rules, change the way society is ruled. As if those of us who are out to stop fascism are the problem, instead of those who are out to rule society through open terror, Trump Hitler style. In reality, we need more protests, more defiance, thousands and millions to stop all of this, including stopping police brutality and murder. We need more because they are going to continue killing our people, whether they are black, Latino, Native, immigrant, or anybody who does not go along with the American First, anti-women, anti-gay, and genocidal program. Look at what Trump is doing. He is telling the police to put down people hard like wild animals. He already told them, do not be too nice when you arrest people. He brags that he also has Second Amendment people, which means white supremacist fascist thugs, like the ones walking down the streets in Kenosha, spraying bullets at nonviolent, peaceful protesters. The protests have overwhelmingly been nonviolent. But this has not stopped the sheriffs, the police, or the fascist thugs out of uniform for bringing down all kinds of violence against the people. This is what we are confronting. According to them, we should lay down and accept the brutality and murder they bring down on black and brown youth, and what they bring down on those who stand up to defend these youth. Well, fuck that. We got millions of people who hate all this. Millions and millions who can potentially act with us. We got to go get them before it's too late. The time is getting late. We got to go get them and bring them into the streets with us. The beautiful uprising against the murder of George Floyd showed their weakness. Now they are lashing back. The struggle against the LA sheriff's murder of Dijon Kizzee has to be a new spark in what they fear. As our revolutionary leader Bob Avakian has said, Trump is a genocidal racist. He hates black people. He wishes it was his knee on George Floyd's neck. We do not want any unity with motherfuckers like that. The Revolution Club is joining with Refuse Fascism to get thousands and ultimately millions in the streets across the country to drive Trump Pence out now before it is too late. And as we say in number 6 of our points of attention for the revolution, we in the Revolution Club are going for an actual overthrow of this system in a whole better way beyond the destructive, vicious conflicts of today between the people. Because we are serious and scientific, at this stage we do not initiate violence, and we oppose all violence against the people and among the people. We are serious and we are scientific. We in the Revolution Club are organizing thousands today to be the backbone and driving force to lead millions. We are working today to accelerate that time when we can lead millions to overthrow this system that has produced Trump and all the fascist shit that he is part of. And I encourage everyone to join us and join with Refuse Fascism on September 21st to march against death, lies, and fascism and for humanity. Trump Pence out now. And go to Revcom and stay tuned for September the 27th, where there'll be a march for Dijon Kizzee.